So, should you whoop your kids? It depends on what the situation is. Me personally, I don't believe in whooping kids like that unless they actually did something that actually needs to be whooped for. All right. So, I normally would say, if your kids is lying to you, don't whoop them. If your kids is, they small stuff. Like they break a glass, stuff like that consistently. They lazy, don't want to clean up, and don't whoop your kids, threatening your kids like that. I made this mistake because I said that with my first son, my firstborn, I whooped him for some stuff that, now that when I think about it, I shouldn't have whooped him for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was cutting up in school and all that, but it wasn't something to whoop him for. You know, now, it's definitely something that I should have disciplined him for, which is what I did, but it ain't something that I should have just whooped him for like that. And later on, I ended up apologizing to him for it because I'm like, maybe a lot of things I probably took too far, but after that, I just kind of like stopped whooping them, and you know, I fuss at them or something like that, but I don't really just whoop them like that. So I try to do better with my 7-year-old right now. So this is when I feel like that you should whoop your kids. I would say never. Now, as far as like discipline them, I make them do push-ups. I make them write a whole book out. Like, hey, you need to write like 5 or 6 of these pages, or write over and over again. I will not steal. I will not lie. I will not do stuff like that. I make them hold their hand. I take a light book, and then some type of book or something. Have them hold it in the air or something like that. Little small things like that. Now, trust me, they gonna be begging for the whooping when you make them do stuff like that. Them games, them tablets, them phones, take it away from them. That'll destroy their whole life. You know how you be when you lose your phone? When you lose your phone, you feel like, oh my God, your life over. You like, man, I don't want to have to go in another. Yeah, stuff like that. That's how they feel when you take the tablet and the games and stuff away from them. So do things like that to discipline your children. First thing I do is I talk to them first. Let them know, hey man, this is wrong. You don't need to be doing this. Stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? If they cutting up in school and all that, they, if like me, I always had to say, if I gotta take some time off to come up to that school, if I gotta leave from making my money to come up to that school, you're gonna have a problem. I'm gonna embarrass you in front of the whole class. It ain't gotta be no whooping though. You see what I'm saying? But I will make sure that they get it. They ain't gonna want me to come back up there no more. They ain't gonna even want to call me up there no more. So I do stuff like that. But it just depends on what they did at the school. Okay? So now, for example, this is something that I would whoop my child for. Okay, let's go to the going to school part. If they spit on a teacher, or spit on a child, or children, or if they are up there bullying, because I can't stand a bully. I hate them. When they doing stuff like that, I'm going to get you. I'm going to show you what it's like to be spit on. I'm going to show you what it's like to be bullied. Stuff like that. Yeah, you need a whooping. You need your butt whooped. Because somebody going to mess around and kill you. You don't spit on nobody. You don't do that. I definitely, you getting towed up for that. Now, another way I would whoop my child, they got, and when I whoop my children, they have to be doing something extremely dangerous. That's going to basically like almost there to take your life out, cause somebody else's life, or causing, stuff like that. Stuff like, if you just get a new car, and they throwing rocks at your car, or they just keying your car up with rocks and stuff like all that, scratching all that, you getting a whooping. I don't care how old you are. You getting whooped. I'm gonna have to get you. I'm coming for you. Stuff like you almost set the house on fire, or you set the house on fire, causing anybody else's life to almost, you almost died doing this. Not only that, you costing me a place of where we got to live. So, hold on. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. My bad. But causing the house to be on fire and almost killing everybody in the house, knowing you ain't supposed to be playing with matches and stuff like that in the house, you ain't supposed to be playing with them, period, unless you pop firecrackers outside or something like that. You getting whooped. No excuses. Because 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I already told you ain't supposed to be doing this, or the stove is hot, or you ain't supposed to be, stuff like that. You cause the house, yeah, you ain't supposed to be putting no aluminum foil in the microwave and cooking food and stuff like that. And I told you over and over and over, and you do it, and then you cause something to blow. You getting whooped. Ain't no doubt about it. You see what I'm saying? You messing around playing with one of my guns. You getting whooped. Because more than likely, I'm not going to have my gun out to where you can get to it anyway. So that means you done went and stupid in my stuff, finding my stuff. You getting whooped. You definitely getting whooped. I don't care. There ain't no excuses about it. My gun ain't going to be loaded anyway like that. But even if it is, you shouldn't be around it. You definitely getting whooped. You run out into the street knowing I told you to stay in the yard. You run out to the street, almost get hit by a car. Something like that. Something that's going to cost your life. Or almost cost my life or somebody else's life. Because I got to pay for that. I got to deal with it. You getting whooped. Stuff like, those are just like examples of stuff like that of what I whoop you for. Now, I already told my kids that, hey, if you do anything to go to jail, like commit a crime or something like that, something that you know you ain't supposed to be doing, you shouldn't be doing, I ain't coming to get you. Your mom might come get you, but I ain't coming to get you. You gonna stay in there. You got yourself into it, you get yourself out of it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. So, now, the only way I will come and get my children is if they are totally innocent. Like they might be riding with somebody and the other people might be planning on doing some stuff, but, you know, and you didn't expect that. You just thought that you was going somewhere and, you know, y'all just having a good time, but they end up robbing a store or something like that. You didn't know anything about that robbery, you know, anything like that. Or you got to be completely innocent. That's the only way I will come and get you. Now, if you're defending yourself when you're at school or when you're anywhere else and you get arrested or you get suspended, something like that, all day, I'll come get you. All day long. I'm bailing you out. That wasn't your fault. They was messing with you. You was minding your own business, so therefore, yeah, I'm coming to get you. But when you do stuff that requires a whooping, requires certain consequences, that's what you're going to get. But as far as like whooping your children, I wouldn't recommend you just whooping them. I fuss at them a lot, or I make them do push-ups, or make them run some laps or something like that before I really just give them whoopings. But other than that, I wouldn't say whoop your children. So hopefully you take this on to, if you ever had children, don't whoop them for no any small thing or something like that. Just, you can discipline them, but you can talk to them. First thing I do is I talk to them. Next thing I do is I put them on punishment. Third time, I'm really, I shouldn't be getting this many chances. But, you know, they might still be learning. Sometimes they might forget. You know, you did say that. Sometimes okay, hold on, you know, but you got to give them something to remind them of. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I'm going to give you one more before I leave. Now, I told my son enough for this one time. My son was 2 years old. I told him, do not go, and we were living in some apartments at the time. I said, look, do not go out this door. Don't touch this doorknob for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know if he knew how to unlock the door and stuff like that. He unlocked the door and went outside. I just happened to be in there laying down. And I felt something like, you know, like you just feel some type of crazy vibe. I got up, looked, the door wide open. I go outside. He outside. Man, I grabbed him in his house and I tore his butt up. I said, don't unlock that door for nothing. Don't touch that door for nobody. You don't know who outside or on the other side waiting to get you. You ain't finna do all that. Nope. Don't touch that door. And I didn't have it to where you could actually lock the door with a key or something like that at the time. I didn't. But normally he usually don't do anything like that. But this time he did. After that, he ain't do that no more. He ain't touch that door. If somebody knock on that door, don't make no noise or nothing. Not come back. There's somebody knocking on the door. Mama, somebody knocking on the door. Don't answer that door. Don't ask who is it or none of that. Don't look out no windows or none of that. Because there might be somebody on the other side trying to get ready to try to kick this door in. And I want to be ready at all times. I want you out the way and all that just in case. Not hopefully that anything that happened like that, but I want to be able to be prepared. But that's my thing. Those are my examples of what I whoop my kids for if I had to whoop them. More than likely, I'd rather just cut out the whoopings if I ain't got to. It just because life is still learning. They're still learning at that age. You might have to tell them over and over and over again. That's how it was when I was coming up. But at the same time, I teach you different. Like, certain things you can do besides just whoop them. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's just my opinion. So, if y'all ever had kids out there like that, them the only times I feel like you should whoop them. When it's, like, extremely dangerous. Or they put somebody in harm's way, putting their life in danger, something like that. After you not really talk to them about it. So, anyway, Resident IQ8 Williams, y'all. Make plans for your life. Don't let life make plans for you. Peace out.